Intuitive Messenger channel. This is the interview series with Shelly Wilson. Hello, Shelly. How are you doing?
Hello, Mitch. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Now, don't get all calm, Mom. We've been giggling and and laughing before we first recorded. You're like, okay, hi, Mitchell. How are you? I know we'll be cracking up before the end of it. So, Shelly, first of all, thank you for being here with me today. And I want to publicly say thank you for connecting me. We were just talking about it right before we press record. We were talking about how you emailed me and you got me connected with Anna, Sheila, and Sherry of the Wellness Universe, because that is just such an amazing group of women and site. And I just did their interview last week. So thank you for that connection. Thank you for being here. And tell us a little bit about who you are. Who is Shelly Wilson?
Well, as I take a big deep breath to say that, Mitch, first of all, I just want to say I'm so thankful to Sherry Cortland for connecting you and I because, we've known each other for a few years now. And, the first time that we actually met in person, it was like we already knew each other forever, even, just that first encounter. But, I just feel so blessed to have you as part of my tribe, part of my life. And, I appreciate this opportunity to be here. So to answer the question, who am I? I'm Shelly Wilson. And the beautiful thing is I recognize that I'm definitely on this earth at this time to have a human life experience. I have always known things growing up, but I didn't have anyone to talk to. So my dad is a civil engineer and I was raised Baptist, and anything that I felt or knew or anything like that, I just didn't have anyone, or I didn't feel like I had anyone. And as I began waking up, I actually had an experience in 2008 where I had a reading with a woman that ended up becoming my Reiki master. And what she told me just shifted everything for me with just a few sentences. And the synopsis of it is she said, Shelly, I just have to tell you, your purpose is here to shine your light on others so that others can see the truth of who they really are. You're meant to heal hearts one by one by one. You see people differently than they see themselves, and that's how you make a difference. And I was like, wow, I just have to be me. And, from that moment forward, I really moved forward with the Reiki, move forward with my intuitive development, my mediumship development, and just trusting. And, it's just been nearly 7 years now, but it feels like a lifetime ago.
And you said something so important for so many people, and I think it's probably what you and I love so much is you said your Reiki master just said like one or two sentences. And I said before, sometimes I feel like I'm giving a person a cog or a key.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that key or that gear all of a sudden allows other things within them to open up and to shift and to change. And sometimes it is that tiny little seed, and something you and I may say on here may literally just be the energetic seed to change somebody else. So
Right.
and I tell you, it's so funny because can I share what Spirit was saying to me about you?
Of course.
You are an educational whore.
Oh my goodness.
That's what they said. Because you are one of those people that you are always going to workshops yourself, not just giving them, but you are going and continually. And that's what I love about you, because I have so many books around me, and I just purchased like 5 more books online, and I'm constantly learning and growing, because every time I learn something, I know it helps me in the work I do. And so tell the people some of the education you've had and then how it leads into the work you do.
Well, the main classes that I've taken, I've studied with Sonia Choquette, I've studied with John Holland, Lisa Williams, James Van Prague, and Tony Stockwell. I actually took 2 classes with Tony this year, one in March and one in October. And they're primarily for my mediumship development. And, the thing is I recognize that we are all continuously learning and growing. And, the workshops I feel not only are for my benefit, as far as learning from the teachers, but I recognize that I learn from my fellow students. Going to the conferences, you and I attended the Through the Bell conference this year and last year together, and, recognizing just being around other people, having conversations, having meals, listening to the talks. But the thing is we are all these sponges if we choose to be, and we're just absorbing this information and these experiences. And I feel that truly that's how we journey into consciousness. That's how we learn and grow and evolve.
And so tell us some of the work that you do with people. Like if I went to your website, what would your website offer people? Because you do quite a bit. And again, that's another thing I love about you.
Sometimes I, think, okay, is this right or what? And, because I do feel diversity, but I also get to how important it is to meet the client, meet the individual at a soul level and determine what their soul needs. Because sometimes their humanness thinks they need one thing, but in reality, they need something else. And so my mediumship is all about offering that opportunity for healing. So I offer Reiki sessions. I offer intuitive/psychic readings. I don't really care for the connotation of psychic, even though I know that it means of the soul. I just kind of have a hang up with the fortune teller connotation of what psychic means. So I prefer intuitive. I do mediumship readings, which connects to our loved ones on the other side. And then I do what I call spiritual growth coaching. Now, all of my sessions, I provide individuals those tools to assist them on their journey too, because I feel, and you and I have had this conversation so many times, rather than just give a man a fish, teach him how to fish. So give them the tools that they need to help them to learn, grow, and evolve too, rather than just give them the answers.
Absolutely. And so where are you presenting on a regular basis? Because I know you're in Middle America, but I also know that but I also, yay! I tell you, I never forget. I went back to my hometown, which is Winter Haven, Florida, and this woman she was a psychotherapist, but she was having healers and the work and the stuff that we do there in Winter Haven. I said, wow, in Winter Haven, little old Polk County. And she said, Mitch, I thought I could go to Sedona and live there, but how much can I affect there versus in Winter Haven? So and I know Middle America has, there are cultural hotspots there too, but so where can people find you, especially and then outside of your area where you'll be presenting too?
Well, just to touch on that statement, we always question, am I where I'm supposed to be? And I have no doubt that spirit, God, consciousness has us in a location for a reason, because our light is expansive and we can touch people's lives where we are. But I do a lot of traveling. I do a spirit fair in Oklahoma, and Cindy Green and Tammy Conover put this on in Tulsa and Oklahoma City, and they go to Kansas City. So I do that. It's usually a fair about every 6 weeks or so in one of the areas. But otherwise, this year thus far, I am going back to Omaha to speak at an expo there, which this year was the first time I went there, and I'm already been invited to return back to Lilydale. So that's in August of this year. I was there for the first time this year teaching my workshop, Creating the Life You Desire, and they invited me to return for the 2015 season. So I'm really, really excited about that. But otherwise, I'm always open to invitations, and I had a couple people reach out about coming to different places, and I'm like, you know what, I would love to. Let's just see what will unfold and what we can allow to happen.
Cool. And I tell you, you said something in Spirit's like, let's go down that road. So tell everybody what Lilydale is, because here in Central Florida we have Casadega, which is just about 20 minutes outside of Orlando. And from what I understand, it's a spiritualist community, but also a community full of just psychic and mediums who are not attached to the spiritualist church. And I think a lot of the Lilydale people, this was a vacation or winter place for them. So tell people what Lilydale is, and because it's amazing. I've not personally been there, but everything I read about it, amazing.
Lilydale, there was a documentary about it by HBO titled No One Dies in Lilydale, to give people kind of the idea of what it's about. But it's a 164-acre community, a spiritualist community, which they believe in the communication with life, with those that have passed. And so Casadega is a spin-off, shall we say, of Lilydale, and literally like a winter retreat. But the community, I believe, is 135 years old. And so there are registered mediums that live there. And every year they have a season that's from the end of June to the first part of September. And every day there's workshops, there's demonstrations, there's healing and things like that. But you can go to Lilydale any day, all the time. It's just a matter of, they have a season. So you can go to lilydaleassembly.com to learn more about that. But it is definitely a place that if you're interested at all in spirituality, in spirit, in connection with loved ones, to visit, because it is a beautiful place.
Cool. And you'll be there this coming summer, 2015. Perfect. So I tell you, I'd love to hear real quickly about the books that you've written and maybe what's next out there for people.
Well, I've written 3 books thus far. 28 Days to a New You was based on a daily own course titled Stop Existing and Start Living. And then I wrote Connect to the You Within, which was based on the course Opening Your Heart to Love. So I converted both of those courses to books. And then my story is Journey into Consciousness. And this tells my story up into my awakening, those experiences that really affected me, and then from my awakening to present, and then it provides tools to assist others on their own journey. Now, I've been feeling this nudge within me, and I am going to write another book. I've already got it in my mind. I just haven't put it on paper, but it is going to be all about empowerment, empowering others. I already picture the cover is going to be yellow, and I'm sure it'll have a butterfly or something because my other books have. But, you know, the more that we stand in our power, speak our truth, say what we mean to say, and just really feel good about ourselves and the choices that we make, and then in turn empowering others to do the same, that's what this book's going to be about. So it's in here, it's in the heart. I'm just got to get it out.
Well, perfect. Well, perfect. So that I love it. I love it. Well, you know what, Shelly, as we're kind of coming to a close here, I thank you, first of all, again, for being here with me doing this. Tell people on here how they can find you, and I'll also put it down below in the YouTube channel that they can find you as well.
Absolutely. You can find me on my website at ShellyRWilson.com, and that's ShellyRWilson.com. You can also find me on Facebook. I have Shelly Wilson. URL is Intuitive Medium Shelly. And there's pages for my books, 28 Days to a New You, Connect to the You Within, and Journey into Consciousness. And I also have the course that I taught at Lilydale. I converted it to online. So that involves is you get a PDF and you get the audio files up front. And then I have a private Facebook group and a monthly teleconference that's intended solely as support to assist you in creating the life you desire.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, again, thank you so very much. And you guys continue to check out the Intuitive Messenger interview series. I've got more people slated for 2015, and there'll be some fun surprises there. So thank you all so very much. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.